another video. I'm Recklezz.
I'm Chris.
Got Tim Ballard, you know what I'm saying? So this is about the Sound of the Freedom movie. Kinda a little odd, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a little bit odd when people try to hide things, especially in a movie like this. Yeah. This is something that they said is no nudity. It's no nothing that cause trauma to you unless you actually been in that situation. You know, it's nothing that's really, you know, giving out like too bad, you know what I'm saying? But you still understand the whole point of the movie, and that's why I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I want to see it, Chris want to see it, and I feel like it's something that's, you know, important to see.
So yeah, definitely important. Yeah,
of what's going on around in the world, and somebody that's typically, you know, hiding things like this, you know, you dang near in the wrong for that. It's like you hiding it, and that ain't good. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you already know. Let's go ahead, jump right into it. And they said Disney. Something with Disney. I'm pretty sure.
On July 4th, the #1 movie in America wasn't Indiana Jones. Disney spent $300 million resurrecting Harrison Ford and releasing the summer blockbuster. But there's another movie dominating the box office. It's called The Sound of Freedom, and it beat Indiana Jones on opening day. The film's based off the true story of Tim Ballard, a former Homeland Security special agent who saved kids from an international sex trafficking ring.
It is the fastest growing
internet. Okay, so this is Tim Ballard is the actual person that, you know, did this. Okay.
There's no crime network that the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
This movie zeroes in on the multi-billion-dollar human trafficking industry and honors a hero, someone who saved children from sex slavery. But to the media, this person isn't a hero. Someone who rescues kids from pedophiles is a villain.
These films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites.
For some reason, the entire
somebody said that they sell a kid 3 to 5 times a day. The same kid 3 to 5 times a day. I thought that was meaning by we sell that many out of the day.
Yeah.
They selling the same kid that many times. That's sad.
Yeah, that is really sad.
And that's messed up.
Trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites.
For some reason, the entire media is smearing this movie as a dangerous conspiracy theory. The press is saying that the star, Jim Caviezel, is a QAnon guy. And Jim plays Tim Ballard, which is strange because just a few years ago, the same media was celebrating Tim Ballard's heroics. Watch.
Tim Ballard has one mission: to track down child traffickers. 4 months ago, Colombian authorities asked him to investigate a tip that children were being sold there as sex slaves.
Within a half hour, this individual walks up to me, starts asking me what I'm here for, what I want, and within minutes, he says, well, I've got kids as young as 11 years old.
So why is the media warning people not to see a movie about child sex?
And they so open with it. Speaking so openly, like, you know, I'm saying we got these kids. Like, nah, it ain't.
Like it's just like normal or something.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And that's sad. You don't even know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sex trafficking that's based on a true story. Well, the Spear Fund founder, Tim Ballard, joins me now. So, Tim, why is the media hating this movie?
You know, I can't understand it. The film was made, produced, written like 5 years, 6 years ago, way before anyone heard the name QAnon. I still don't even know what QAnon is. In the meantime, they're trying to connect it to some conspiracy when, in fact, like you said, this is a true story. These are real kids. I mean, these kids are my friends. They're young adults now, the ones that were rescued. They're going to come out soon and tell their story. It's going to be very awkward when the mainstream media comes after these kids next and accuses them of being part of some conspiracy when, in fact, they were rescued from a life of rape. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the media, perhaps.
I mean, this publication says The Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms, and that it fetishizes the torture of its child victims. Is that what the movie does?
It absolutely does not do that. It tells a story based in truth. And, you know, what I think is happening, Jesse, I think that the left and these media outlets, they don't want to have a discussion that this film is going to compel. A discussion about why 85,000 children showed up unaccompanied at the border and got released into the interior of a country that is the highest consuming country for child exploitation material on the planet. They don't want to talk about why these same publications are pushing an agenda to change the word pedophile to minor attracted persons in order to normalize sexual activity with children. I think that's what they're trying to avoid, and they know this film is going to shine a light on all of the things, all the atrocities happening to children, and so they have to discredit it by lying about it.
So what would their motivation be to discredit a movie that's trying to shine a spotlight onto atrocities committed against children?
Well, if the truth of human trafficking and child exploitation were to be brought to bear, brought to light, then they would have to have a debate, a discussion that they don't want to have about, again, these policies around sexualizing children or allowing children to consent at a young age to do anything and everything, which would eventually include...
And it's brainwashing kids. Like, you sitting there like, you know what you're doing about kids. And that's the border thing. Like, this is all crazy. And why would you want something to be hidden like that? Like, these are kids we talking about. Like,
yeah, and it's like with the whole movie thing, like, it's true story. It's not just like he's making it up or something.
Yeah,
like, that's weird.
To consent at a young age to do anything and everything, which would eventually include being, you know, identifying as an adult perhaps and having sex with pedophiles. I hunt pedophiles. I've been hunting them for 20 years, and they are watching this and they're salivating. They are happy that Rolling Stones and The Guardian are ripping on a movie that exposes them. So I don't like the fact that these media outlets are in fact, wittingly or unwittingly, running interference for human traffickers and pedophiles.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the movie yet, but now I want to see it because this thing made such a splash. Tim, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck at the box office.
Thank you.
That's sad, bro.
Hey, Sean.
The fact that he got to even go through something like that when he's trying to put out something like that. Like, you putting out a true story of what you had to go through yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you did it, you know what I'm saying, with anybody else and trying to help, but going through all of this himself and hearing this and having to see this and having to take care of these kids, like him having to do this and then get on live television and having to explain himself about him helping kids, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like he shouldn't have to go on there, like you said, and explain himself. Like, it's not like he's just making up the movie. Like, obviously, it's going on around the world, and it's not talked about enough.
It's definitely
sad. I think that's the problem. Like, they're like, oh, it's getting brought up. Like, I don't know.
And I feel like it's something that we definitely gonna see.
Yeah.
It has to be, and I can't wait to see the movie.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch it.
And support the cause. You feel me? Support that, because it's some real sick people out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely some sick people out here, and it's even sicker when you have people that's hiding something like this. It shouldn't be hidden. This is stuff that shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere. It shouldn't happen, and it's sad. You feel me? It's definitely sad. Thinking about it. Yeah. But prayers go out. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that it's still going around. Yeah. Prayers going out. And I hope, you know what I'm saying, and pray that the people that's doing this getting caught. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Yeah, facts. But you already know. Make sure you hit the like, but subscribe, and definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, watching this reaction. Catch y'all next one.